Hi guys, this is the promised and very long overdue video that I've been meaning to do for a while. I got a little bit crazy busy with the holidays and everything that was involved with that, and a couple of other issues that I was dealing with on a personal level. However, there's something that's really disturbing to me lately that I'm seeing a great deal of on the Facebook groups and around the web. I don't like it. It is difficult enough for us to go through what we go through to get to the point of having to have our teeth done. We've all suffered in one way or another, whether it's the embarrassment of not being able to smile, whether it's the pain and misery of having teeth and gums that are infected and breaking and unattractive. Whatever it is that led us to this point is definitely something that makes us feel less than. The one thing that I think we probably all have in common is when we finally get to the point where we say, okay, I am doing this, I am making this decision, and I am going to get dentures or get a partial or get implants and get whatever it is that we need to do to make our lives better. We have an expectation. We spent a long time trying to be better than we are, trying to look better than we do. And we have an expectation that after we have gone through the process, and for some of us spent a great deal of money in the process, to be able to have something that makes us feel good. You want to look in the mirror and say, wow, it was worth it. There are going to be the natural difficulties that we face of having to learn how to talk again for a lot of people, learning how to eat, learning how to smile again because you're so accustomed to not smiling and haven't done it for so long that it's a process to learn how to do it again. But then to go through all of that and come away with teeth that are, in your opinion, and possibly in the world's opinion, ugly, ill-fitting, and they just don't, forget about not looking like you. They don't look human. So many of us have talked about the monkey mouth. I certainly have that. My teeth were made wrong. I never know if you can really see it because they angle down on the right. It also hangs over on the right so that it's a better fit on the left side of my mouth. They also dented the bottom teeth out to meet the top teeth that were dented in. It was utterly wrong. In the very beginning, every time I looked at myself, well, let's start actually with the day sitting in the chair in my dentist's office when finally, after all of the months that went by, I was getting my new look. And there I was with a new full set of teeth in my mouth, and all I wanted to do was cry. They were ugly. Don't get me wrong, they're beautiful teeth. I specified the teeth I wanted. They are the Ivoclar Vivident Phonaris 2 teeth, and they're beautiful. And even though it's not the color that I chose, even the color I think looks good. I have no issues with that. But as I had mentioned to Christy at one point, Callan Jacks, it is very sad to take beautiful teeth and make it look ugly. And that was something that I had to deal with. In the beginning, my dentist really didn't acknowledge how wrong they were, though he knew. But I think he was upset by it, and he was trying to make them work. And I knew they would never work, and they will never work. What I needed to do to make my life bearable, just bearable, was I had to find a way to feel as if I was making me look better, even though my teeth looked awful. Yes, it looks better than the broken teeth that I had, and it looks better than trying to talk with my mouth closed, which is a nifty trick. All of that aside, it was a very, very difficult thing for me to sit there and say to him, I cannot live with these. But I did. And I said, in the end, if you don't fix these, I will go somewhere else and I will get something else. Now, mind you, this is after spending a great deal of money on this, and I would close my eyes and see dollars flying away and how awful it was. I mean, can you imagine saving up for something that you think is going to make such a positive impact on your life, only to find out that it's your worst nightmare? Not real. I mean, let me be fair. I can chew, I can talk, I can interact with people. I look at a total stranger in the mirror, but that's to be expected because no matter what look you get, most of the time, it's not going to look like the you that you remember. First of all, for a lot of us, the you that you were looking at was atrocious for a long time because you were seeing these teeth broken off into stubs often, very discolored, all kinds of issues. So just seeing a mouthful of teeth by themselves is a problem for some. Once we get used to it, once we get used to smiling and interacting with people and living a life that's more normal, at least on some levels, at that point we really need to move to the next step. I know for me, I will not be living with these teeth much longer. My dentist did agree. He spoke with the lab. They agreed to remake it for me. They wanted me to wait 4 months, 5 months, until the gums receded enough to make it right. Problem is, they think they only need to redo the top. And unfortunately, if you redo a top that was made wrong, and the bottom was made wrong to accommodate the wrong top, how can you possibly have the new top right? So my secondary plan is to go elsewhere to have at the very least, a backup set made. It's going to take time. It's not something I can do overnight, but it's okay at this point. And the advice I want to give people, and the thing that's really upset me, is that unfortunately, and it happens for all of us, when we get really depressed or really upset about it, we tend to wallow in it. And if we wallow in it, we can't get out of it. You know the expression, thoughts are things? I really believe they are. You create your reality based upon the things that you think today. And if you are positive, you'll be headed in a more positive place, whichever way it works out. But you will be headed there. It will not happen if you don't adjust your mindset. You really need to do it. We can definitely talk about this some more, but it bothered me a great deal, and I just needed to share my feelings with you. I hope it helps some of you. I really hope together we can make this better. Talk soon.